Is humankind more than virtuous? Is a man or a woman just a shell filled with body parts? Or does a soul have a true purpose to play? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself when going into this video. You should really be asking yourself, what makes an individual? What makes a person who they are? Is it the memories? Is it the lifetimes of stories that they can tell? Or are they nothing more than flesh and blood? Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to another film review. And today's film review is none other than Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So, without further ado, let's not beat around the bush and let's get right into this story. Frankenstein is about an inventor who begs to ask the question, the difference between life and death. Can he bring life from death? And that is what he aims to achieve. Everyone believes he's mad. But he does have some cause for some reality behind it. Electricity, electrons themselves, build up pieces of atoms, and electricity being put into something dead could often make all the nerves twitch and turn and twist. And so, Frankenstein aims to manipulate the elements and use electricity to bring a whole body to life. And he uses dead limbs to do it. Now, of course, there's one little principle we have to bring up before we go into this. There are many different adaptations of Frankenstein. There's Frankenstein, there's the wife of Frankenstein, and there are many more. But just for this review as a whole, we're going to stick to the basis of the original book. So Frankenstein grabs all these body parts, and essentially he puts together a body of a man. Limbs, lungs, heart, blood, and so on. And he puts him onto the operation table. He stitches bits and pieces of different men together and creates what he believes to be the first living creature spawned from the dead. He uses a lightning storm to electrify the body and bring them back to life. But the mind and the soul are disconnected, and the creature becomes nothing more than a tyrant, confused and angry at its creation, appalled by being electrocuted and brought into the world from the land of the dead. Frankenstein has created a monster, and now he must pay the price. His monster goes off into the world on a tangent, not meaning to hurt no one or to cause a mass panic, but everyone is scared of the dead. And so this living, walking corpse, this reanimated person, finds themselves in exile amongst mankind as a whole. The creation of an abomination has shunted the heart of many, all except for one. A man out in the world, a blind man, comes across the monster, and so he teaches the monster to read. He teaches it to write, and he teaches it to cook. But the monster begins to question its motives, whether it is or isn't to be a killer or to be a good creature. Is it to be a creature of such beauty, but it is so ugly and so horrid? And so the blind man, or blind woman, depending on which adaptation it is, points out that they would love them no matter what they look like. For they are blind, and yet people in the world still arrogantly assume them to be sight. Still arrogantly don't take them into consideration as they walk amongst the world, a sheep amongst many flock. And so the monster begins to talk of family and the fact that they only have one, and so they go in search of their creator to ask Frankenstein why he created them, why he brought them into life, why he let them breathe the air amongst the elements, why he made them walk the soil of a burnt and barren world. But Frankenstein is horrified by his creation, and he will do anything in his power to reverse the effect of what has been done. And so he chases his own monster into the cold bitterness, and the monster traps him as the pair of them descend into the wilderness of an icy plain of snow, never to be seen again. But some suspect the monster lived, or maybe Frankenstein did. But no one has an answer to that question. Still to this day, no one knows what happened to old Frankenstein. So that's right, that's like the gist of Frankenstein as a whole. There's been many adaptations I've pointed out. One of my favourites has got to be the comedic version of Frankenstein, which is done by Gene Wilder, the son of Frankenstein. There's been a lot more. Personally, I really appreciate the original intent of Mary Shelley's monster. There's only one Frankenstein movie, I can't lie, I wasn't a very big fan of. And that is a film in which he becomes a bit like a giant version of the Hulk. I get it. It's bits and pieces, but Frankenstein is supposed to be a person, not necessarily a gladiator. But that's getting off the topic. Let's just talk back about Frankenstein as a whole. A story about whether a man or a woman or anything else has a soul over just organs and bloods and veins is so powerful. Mary Shelley talking about the reanimation of such things is absolutely incredible. The Gothic themes amongst the darkness that lays inside of these stories is why Frankenstein to me has always been one of the most powerful stories out there. And for that reason, I give it a solid 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next film review. Until then, goodbye, and have a very, very good night. Yeah, I'm kind of overselling it.